but he opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they come into this one with an 0-8 record. The playoffs obviously out the window weeks ago. For now, their season boils on Herbert, his third interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
7 yards there and a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Touchdown 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of us.
Gold now out to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. And he spins past him and into space. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And finally, they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 8. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. This is a counter play. Eckler. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Second down and goal. Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Down. Strike it. And strike it.
Lance going to try and throw on third down here. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he's going to have a Niners first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. The Niners at 5-3 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Hey, close deal.
Here's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On second down, McCaffrey. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. Lance finding Ayuk there for a Niner first.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Lance now on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Touchdown! Christian McCaffrey on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On first down, it's Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. He's got room at the 30, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. Third and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Gerald Everett in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17.
Here we go, set. Check you.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Pass the 20 for a short gain, second down. So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Landry now on the return. $13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. Eckler running to the right. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the 49ers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance looking to throw it. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Lance now on first down. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 41 yards. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 24, Herbert. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Samson Abuka. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And that sack, Charles, just looked like a case where a speedy defensive end is a little bit quicker than the offensive tackle.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for a tackle to determine what exactly to do. Do you do the kick slide and try and get back in the pocket and meet him there? Do you meet him on the line of scrimmage where they call a quick set? In any event, right now, he's having his troubles.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. On the give, this is Eckler. And look at this, for the 2nd straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chomp into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Ultra. Go ultra.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Lance and Kittle in sync for the 49er first.
Hey, go for you.
Now Lance. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it,
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. The 40, 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the pick 6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter. The big Sebastian Joseph Day there on the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead?
And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 78 yards. And the Niners are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and 15 now. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and a mile. He finds his target, Allen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Herbert now. That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. Talanoa Hufanga in on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 23. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Lance on target to Samuel for a Niner first. That one looks like he'll throw here. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's Lance. Got a man. That's Yu. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Lance back to throw. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now Lance. And he'll find McLeod on the right side complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the